When was the last time you felt like really aroused by something?
Oh
Doesn't have
my
to be like
God.
sexually, just aroused in general, like by like, oh my God, the idea of this makes me so emotionally aroused.
It's such an interesting question because it's been a really long time since I've been like, I know you don't mean like specifically sexually, but like horny, like, fuck yeah, that's so
Okay.
hot. But recently, when we had that meeting where I was like crying about helping all these people with their, like, the whole thing,
Yeah.
that was, it's like emotional. And yeah, I guess you could say it's arousing, but it's not emotional for me in that, like, it's, oh, fuck yeah, we're going to do this. It's like my soul is cracking open, you know?
Well, yeah.
Is that the same thing to you?
Well, no, you're
Okay.
not. You just said what you when you didn't feel like that. But what about when is the last time you did?
I don't remember the last time I felt like that.
Interesting.
That was the most recent time I felt really emotional about something, but aroused, like, oh, this is so fucking hot. It's been a really long time.
Like I feel like the last time I've seen you aroused like that was like about a nice car.
That's funny that you say that because that actually just popped into my mind. I was like, actually, you know what? Every time I see a Lexus LC 500, I get aroused. Yeah. So when I
Yeah.
was at the post office and there was that guy in the blue convertible LC, and I talked to him and he was like, "This is one of 100. They don't make them like this anymore." I was like,
You're like, can I get a ride?
"Yeah,
I try to drive it.
can I drive that?" Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. That turned me on for sure. Yeah.
Like if someone were to come come
Come.
to like meet with you somewhere
Yeah.
and they're driving a nice car, you're automatically going to be more excited to talk to them.
I don't know. I didn't feel anything when you said that,
Okay, so
but
no.
just making assumptions.
I know. I see you get so excited about cars.
For me, yeah, I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck what someone else
yeah. You're
drives.
like, can I? It's mine.
Yeah, yeah. Because
Okay.
I know that people make the, not mistake, but they think that, okay, I have money now, I need to get a nice car. But
Oh,
that's not always inspired and it can ruin your progress, you know? So if someone has a lot of money or whatever, is wealthy and successful, and they drive a Kia or whatever, cool. I will not judge you for that.
right.
So, but also if you do have a nice car, cool. I can appreciate that too.
And it might sting a little if you have a really nice car and you're like, well, my life is falling
Yes,
apart.
yes. That was the last thing I should have bought. Yeah.
Mm.
Like the rug experience when I bought that fucking rug. Oh my God. Talk about being like fucking unlimited financially. That shit was the closest I've been to, like, money is no fucking object. Like, I wiped out my entire bank account and I didn't even realize it on a rug.
On a rug.
Yeah. That was the funniest shit I've ever done.
Were you aroused for that?
Oh my God, yes. I was straight jizzing in my pants. Yes. When we walked into the store, I was like, oh my God, I want to fuck. Yeah. The energy was crazy. Yeah.
And then what happened after?
Well, I fuck it. My intuition showed me exactly where the rug was. It gave me, there was a stack of 50 rugs. It's in this corner. This is the pile. There's like 50 fucking rugs. You ever seen a rug store?
Yeah.
They just pile all the rugs up.
Pile of rugs. Yeah.
I was like, okay, which one is it in this pile? I get the number 26 in my mind. So we're counting down 26 rugs. And then the 26th one, I have the guys like fold the other ones back. And it was the one that's in my room.
Yeah.
I'm like, perfect. I don't know how much it costs. Don't ask. I'm like, I'm buying this one. They take the ticket to the register. The guy rings it up. He says 88.85 or whatever it was. And I'm like, $88.85. Yeah. And then I was like, $888.50, maybe? Yeah. No, $8,850. And I'm like, swipe that shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not give a fuck. Yeah.
Okay, but what happened after? That's like you're explaining the experience, but I want to hear what happened after.
Well, after my sales tanked.
But what
Afterwards.
happened after, like in here?
Oh, the energy just died. I was like hype. I was like, this is so fun. I just bought this fucking rug for $8,800. But it was like, back to the same old shit. You know, I could have used that energy to do something else, you know, make something. Didn't. And it was just another example of how spending money literally is you using your energy when you could use it for something else, you know?
Interesting.
Yeah. That was when I learned the lesson that, like we were talking about the cars, if you make a bunch of money and the first thing you do is go buy something pricey or whatever that you're like, I just think I should get this, you could just use that energy to make something or do something and then make even more money or whatever, and or maybe have someone give you a car, you know?
Yeah. Okay, but your intuition led you through that whole experience.
Yes. Yeah.
It was inspired.
Yes.
It was an intuitively guided experience.
But what I did not do is ask if I'm buying it today. I whipped my card out. I assumed that I was buying it, but it was really just the biggest energy egg I've ever found in my entire life.
Okay, so this is like such a interesting story because like I can't imagine how many people do the same thing. Like
Tons.
Start to make a ton of money. They're like, okay, I'm like making these inspired purchases. I'm vibing, like especially if they're like following their intuition and they're getting out of like the struggle bus and into the like energetics of life. And then they do something like that, like, and then just are like, I'm fucked. And they tank all their progress. All of a sudden the inspiration's gone, the energy's gone. How did you like come back from that?
Feelings. I cried. I was upset. I was struggling. I was like, fuck, I got to figure out what to do differently. And I just got over it. Really.
Just felt through it and moved on.
I just had to feel through it. Yeah, it corrected itself, but it took months. And it's not that my sales completely stopped. It was like, it went from however much it was to a fraction of that. So like money never stops flowing in your experience. You just change the rate at which you allow it to flow. And so I just had to kind of sit with that for a few months before it corrected itself.
So if someone is in a rut in their business and just like stagnant
feelings,
it's all just like you're not feeling something.
Yes. 100%.
Wow.
That was a journey.
That is a journey. That's like I envision this. I don't know this for sure, but I envision that so many people get stuck at that spot and don't know how to get out of it.
Yeah.
Because you said it corrected itself, but like you also had this perspective that a lot of people don't have. That like, oh, I need to just sit and feel through this shit instead of trying to do stuff to fix it.
Yeah. I didn't know how to fix it. And people assume they do know. That's when they start getting into, oh, I know how this works. I know what to do. I do it and nothing happens. Yeah. When shit starts to go down in your business or your life or whatever, that's when that logical mind kicks in and you're like, okay, I know how to fix this. I got to do this specific. No, you don't. You got to go feel that shit. You got to go and be like, I don't care. It's fine. I'm still going to have fun. Do whatever I want.
Oh, so that's what stopped.
Yeah.
In that moment, you stopped doing whatever you wanted and having fun.
When the panic sets in, because it's not like I noticed the change immediately.
Okay.
It's not like I left the store and then I knew immediately my sales were going to drop off. That was something I noticed over the next few days. And I brought it up to Andre. I was like, what's going on? And that was when he told me about it. So yeah, I was like, I was feeling feelings, disappointment, frustration, whatever. But he was also talking me through it. Like, you just got to deal with it. There's nothing to fix.
That is so fucking trippy.
Yeah.
That is like actually just geeking me out because, okay, the way that I'm seeing this right now is like the numbers flowing in and out of your experience at that time. Like that needed to happen for you to be able to have the awareness that it doesn't matter if your sales dip.
Yes.
That is literally just another emotional illusion. It actually doesn't even matter that you bought the rug.
No, it doesn't matter at all.
You're just getting to experience what it feels like to like move your energy around. If there was a reason why in your experience at that time after the rug you needed another $8,000 to buy something, it would have happened. But you just needed to feel through the whole experience.
Yeah.
Which is so like it forges you into being okay with just like the waves of life. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a trippy ass story.
I know. It fucks me up. And the funny part about it is I had my Bottega bag at the time that I bought the rug, and that was another thing that I bought where it was like, this is more than half of the money I have. This is significantly going to change the number in my account, whatever that means. And I was inspired to buy that fucking bag. I did not buy it the first day. I went and I held it and I was like, oh my God, I love this fucking bag. And I did not buy it. Went back the next day, bought it. Sales were fine. Didn't affect my money experience at all. But then the rug happened. So it was like 2 different ways of going about buying something. Uninspired versus inspired. And the uninspired purchase fucked up my sales for a while.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
So, and okay, and then to tie it home, I'm gonna just keep grilling you
That's
about
fine.
this.
Yeah.
This is so interesting to me. So then, okay, this example of the rug, since the number to you at the time was like large, it created this whole like really intense emotional experience for you. But it doesn't matter what the number is. It could have been $1 if it's uninspired. It's gonna affect the way that the money flows in your experience.
Yeah.
So even when people are going about their life very like frugal and being like, oh, well, you know, I'm being smart with my money.
Yeah.
If you're still buying things that are uninspired, even if it's at $1, $10, whatever, it doesn't matter. It has the same effect as you buying the rug.
Yes. Yes.
Which is like, ding, 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 like, hello.
Frugality is just as like impactful and limiting to your money experience as being an excessive spender. It's like, you're still fucking up your energy. If you go into a store and you see 2 shirts and you're like, okay, I'm a budget spender, I'm going to buy the cheap one, even though I prefer the more expensive one.
Yeah.
That's the same shit as being like, I'm just going to spend all my fucking money on all this shit that I don't give a fuck about. Great.
Because you're not going with your feelings.
Yes. Yeah.
You're not going with your intuition. You're not following the inspiration.
You're not following the flow.
You're not doing what you actually want to be doing.
Yeah.
So why would you give yourself more money and reward yourself for doing what you don't want to do?
You would not.
That's so trippy.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's crazy. There's such a level of attunement that you can have to your feelings and to your intuition that I can't even imagine what it's like to fucking just be so like perfectly aware of at all times where your energy is going. I would love to experience that. Would love it.